Hello and welcome to World Thing TV. I'm Dave Knoll. This week we're checking out the 2016 Volvo XC90. Now this is the one with the Polestar fettle in the engine bay and the R-Design fettle on the outside. And a bit of inside work too. Priced from $89,900 odd for the base model. This one will kick in at just under $102,000. Then there's the options fitted on, which take it to around $105,000. Now that's all without the on-road costs as well. But this is the XC90 with the R-Design and Polestar optimization for the engine bay. Immediate standout is the hammer of Thor headlights that the car has. And yes, they look absolutely fantastic at night, and yes, you'll get to see that as well. You've got some extra bodywork down the front and around on the rubber. They're Michelin's. They are at 20-inch diameter wheels, 275 by 40 on the rubber, and it looks sensational. Big car. It's just a lick under 5 meters in length, stands just under 180 centimeters tall, 2 meters in overall width, and it's a close to 2.8 meter long wheelbase as well. Track 1.6 meters between the front wheels and the rear wheels, so lots of stability, lots of road holding, and lots of fun driving to be had. Around the back we've got the big vertical tail lights, also LED lit. Again, they look absolutely fantastic at night time, and it comes with all the usual safety features. Of course, when you hit the brakes really hard, you've got the flashing lights that come on to tell the following drivers, but it's these badges that tell the story. The T6, R-Design, all-wheel drive, Polestar. Somewhere underneath all that very boring black plastic is a 246 kilowatt, 440 newton meter, 2-cylinder turbocharged and supercharged petrol engine. Normally 235 and 400 newton meters, but with Polestar waving the magic wand over it, you've got those extra netties and the extra twist out of this car. Consumption, well, around town it sits around just under 10 litres of high premium octane fuel, and that's from 71 litre tank, and you can get it down to as low as around 7 litres per 100 if you're taking it out on the highway. A very luxurious cabin. You've got a 12.3 inch touchscreen, call it an iPad with all the Volvo bits and pieces on the inside. You've also got drive mode down here, operated by a very simple to use knurled knob. Auto parking, auto on and off, and a engine stop start switch in a slightly unusual position compared to others, but it does give it just that little bit extra level of class. A carbon fibre look inlay for the doors, on the dash as well, and down even to the centre console. Looks and feels just like the real thing. It might even be the real thing given the cost of this particular car, so you never know what Volvo will have up its sleeve for you. You'll also notice that there's no CD slot. It's because you can do MP3 Bluetooth streaming, and inside the console here you've also got your auxiliary, and trust me, there it is, a USB slot as well. Screen itself is operated very much like a typical touchscreen, where you press something down there, you've got things that'll happen. You've got all your air controls here, and if we hit close, back, and you can swipe across to bring up all the various options. No digital radio, which is a little bit odd, however, but if we go back the other way, then you've got some information that'll come up in here, and some of the various options you've got. Blue switch is a package, so your blind spot indicator, for example, lane departure, park assist, and a very handy thing in that respect too. Cross traffic alert, so it's got the sensors at the rear that'll tell you, and camera, you can actually then check which part of the car you'd like to see as we check it out. And of course, as per usual, things don't work the way that they want to, so look, we'll just ignore that and pretend that they do work in the real world. Drive mode button, rotate that through after you've pressed it to bring up your various modes: eco, comfort, off-road, which in all honesty this car would probably see rough road as being a speed bump and some mud. Dynamic and high performance, and an individual, which you can tailor to your own driving styles. Also, you can see that the touchscreen does get a little bit fingerprinty. But dynamic basically changes the engine performance and the shift points of where the gearbox does its changes, and it's a very seamless 8-speed auto as well. T6, R-Design, Polestar, they all come together with this particular vehicle and make it an absolute hoot to drive, and great stuff inside as well with all that leather and toys to play with. It's a bit pricey, but it's up against some great competition, and I think it's actually quite better value than the previous vehicle that a World Thing tested some time ago, which lost out, but only just, against the Audi Q7. And that's the biggest competition right now that Volvo has. For a World Thing TV, I'm Dave Knoll.